Okay, so you know how everyone's talking about personalized diets these days? Like, what if your meal plan was based on your DNA?
Yeah, I've seen those ads. They're everywhere.
Right. Well, we're going deeper than that today. We're diving into some serious research on AI and nutrition. We've got two really interesting sources for this deep dive. One's called Optimizing Nutritional Outcomes: The Role of AI in Personalized Diet Planning, and it's a journal article.
Okay.
And the other is a research paper looking at how AI is actually being used, and it's called The Potential of Generative AI in Personalized Nutrition.
So we're cutting through the hype to see what's really going on.
Exactly. We'll explore what AI can really do for your diet right now, where things are headed, and yeah, we'll be real about the challenges too. But first,
Okay.
can we just talk about how wild it is that we're moving away from those generic food pyramids and into this world of like hyper personalized nutrition?
It's definitely a huge shift.
Is this the future of healthy eating or what?
Well, it has the potential to be incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Those one-size-fits-all recommendations, they just don't work for everyone. Our genes, our lifestyles, even our gut bacteria, it all plays a part in how we process food.
Right, right.
What works for one person might totally backfire on someone else.
So ditching the generic approach makes sense. But what makes these individualized plans so much better?
Well, this journal article actually lists 7 key reasons.
Yeah.
A big one is that they're much more effective for weight management because they factor in things like your metabolism and how active you are.
Okay.
They're also really good for addressing any dietary needs you might have. Like maybe you're an athlete training for something, or you're managing a health condition through your diet.
It's like those generic guidelines are like eating the same salad every day.
Exactly. And this article also talks about how personalized plans can actually fit into your lifestyle. Are you super busy, always on the go? Your plan can adapt. It can even take into account the kinds of foods you like to eat and your cultural background. It's really about making healthy eating enjoyable so you'll actually stick with it.
Okay, sold. Personalized nutrition is the way to go. But where does AI fit into all of this?
Well, that's where things get really cool.
Yeah.
Imagine you have like a whole team of nutritionists working 24/7, analyzing tons of data just to create the perfect meal plan for you.
Okay.
Now, swap those nutritionists with really powerful algorithms.
Oh, okay.
That's AI, basically. It can look at your genetics, your activity levels,
Yeah.
even things like your blood sugar readings.
It's like having a nutritionist on call 24/7. But
Exactly.
how does it actually work?
You can think of it like a giant decision tree. Based on your information, it branches out in different directions to give you this personalized plan. Like, let's say you want to build muscle. The AI might look at how much protein you need and suggest specific foods and portion sizes to help you get there.
So it's like if this, then that, a roadmap for what you eat.
Yeah, exactly. But it gets even cooler. There's also something called machine learning, where the AI actually learns from you.
Oh,
So let's say you log a meal and you're like, ugh, I hated that. A machine learning algorithm will remember that and change its recommendations in the future.
so no more forcing down those Brussels sprouts. Unless you like them.
Exactly. And it's not just about avoiding foods you dislike. Some systems can even use data from wearable tech to personalize your plan based on how your blood sugar spikes after you eat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So we're not just talking about what you eat, but when you eat too.
That's right. Yeah, and it's not just theory either. We're already seeing AI making some pretty big waves out in the real world. This article highlights some pretty cool examples.
Oh, yeah.
Like you've got IBM Watson.
Okay.
They've actually developed an AI system that creates personalized recipes
Oh, wow.
based on what you need for your diet, what you like to eat, even the weather.
What?
Yeah, like craving some soup on a cold night. Watson's gotcha.
That's amazing. Although, I don't know, I kind of like finding those weird recipes in old cookbooks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sometimes.
It's fun to be surprised.
Yeah.
But, imagine the possibilities here, especially for someone who has like really specific dietary needs. They don't have to spend hours searching the internet for the right recipe.
Yeah, totally. And this research paper we have here, it talks about this company called Neutrino. Have you heard of it?
I have, yeah.
Okay. So they're using AI to help people manage chronic conditions through their diet,
Wow.
which is amazing to think about.
Yeah, it really is incredible. It's like something as simple as like changing your meal plan could have a huge impact on your health.
Exactly. And that's what's so exciting about this whole field, right? We're talking about tech that could actually give people more control over their own health
Yeah.
in ways that, like, could be fun and easy to manage.
Absolutely.
It's not just about deprivation and, like, forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not all, Perfect. This research paper does point out some bumps in the road
Of course, yeah.
to AI-powered nutrition bliss. Like, one thing I noticed is they said that ChatGPT often failed to give people what they actually wanted,
Interesting.
which, not a great sign.
Right.
What's going on there?
Well, it is important to remember that this is still pretty new technology, and we're still figuring it out.
Right.
This research paper is really interesting because it focuses on how people are actually using it in the real world. And like you said, it wasn't always perfect.
So where did AI fall short? Was it the robot chef thing again?
Not quite. This study found that the biggest issue was actually making things personal. So AI is really good at looking at data, tons of data.
Okay.
But it doesn't always get what people really need and what they actually prefer.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, for example, they talked about one person in the study who asked for some sugar-free dessert recipes
Okay.
because they were trying to be mindful of their parents who had diabetes.
Okay, so trying to make good choices for the whole family. So what happened? Did the AI give them, like, sugar-free cookies?
No, not even close.
Yeah.
It actually suggested bananas,
Bananas.
ripe bananas,
That's a healthy option.
as a healthy option.
For
Which, if you know anything about diabetes,
Right.
that's a huge no-no because of the sugar.
Yeah. You think the AI missed that day in nutrition class?
Right. It just shows how limited AI can be if it's only relying on the data and doesn't understand the context.
Okay, so it can get the basics wrong. What else is it missing?
Well, this paper also found that AI struggled with cultural preferences. Like, one person wanted to gain weight, but the AI gave them all these foods that they just didn't enjoy because of their Chinese heritage.
Oh, okay.
And then another person wanted some healthy Brazilian recipes, but they were disappointed with what they got because it was just like everyday food for them.
It's like the AI was just a tourist or something.
Right.
Suggesting dishes from a travel brochure.
Exactly. You didn't really get it.
They didn't really get the culture.
It's about going beyond that generic level.
Yeah.
And understanding what makes someone's needs and preferences unique.
So it's not just what we eat, it's why we eat.
Yes.
And what it means to us culturally and personally.
Yes. And that actually leads into another challenge that they highlight in this paper, which is that we need AI systems that are more interactive.
Okay.
Right now, a lot of these programs, it's just a one-way street.
Okay.
Like, you enter your information and it gives you a plan.
Yeah.
But what if you have questions? What if you hate cilantro?
Oh, that's a deal breaker. No cilantro ever. But yeah, it seems like that conversation back and forth is pretty important.
Right. It should be more working with a nutritionist, right?
Yeah.
Where you can ask questions and be like, actually, I hate this.
Yeah.
Or, confess your love for potato chips.
Oh, totally guilty of that. But yeah, you're right. It can't just be like a fancy recipe app.
Right.
It has to actually understand what's going on with your choices.
Absolutely. And that's actually where the human element is still so important. This research paper really emphasizes that. It's not about replacing humans
Okay.
with robots,
Right.
It's about this combination of AI as a tool to support human experts.
Mm-hmm.
So, the AI can look at the data
Yeah.
and find patterns,
Yeah.
maybe give some initial suggestions.
Yeah.
But then you have this human expert who can look at all that,
Okay.
answer your questions,
Yeah.
and really guide you.
Because let's be honest, sometimes even if you have a perfect meal plan, sticking to it is hard.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the motivation, it's the human connection,
Right.
all of that.
You need that support
Yeah.
to make it actually work.
So what does all of this mean for our listeners?
Yeah.
Is AI the future?
It's an exciting time.
Okay.
For sure. I mean, imagine, managing a chronic illness through an app. Or your food allergies don't stop you from enjoying all these different foods. It could really change things in a really positive way.
It sounds pretty great to me, but there's always a but, right?
Yeah, exactly. With any new tech, a little curiosity is good.
Right.
And a little bit of skepticism.
So don't throw out your cookbooks just yet.
No.
Yeah.
Do your research, and ask questions. Remember, it's your health, your choices.
We've covered a lot today. We talked about how it all works, what's going well, what
Right.
still needs work.
Right.
As we wrap up here, what's like the one thing you hope people listening will take away?
As cool as this all is, AI is not a magic solution. The future of healthy eating, it's personal. It's about finding what works for you.
I love that. And on that note, here's something for you to think about. What if you had an app that could analyze your DNA, track your sleep, even predict your mood based on what you eat?
Okay.
Would you use it?
Wow.
What would make you trust it? That's something to ponder. Until next time, happy eating, everyone.
Thanks for having me.